What's up, everybody? It's CMP with Craftmaster Productions and Studio1Tutorials.com. Today we're going to be looking at a new kit on CMPKits.com called Fancy Loops. It's by ASHA KOLE. She's a graduate of the sample class course, definitely taken off. She has multiple kits on my site. She also has, me and her have a collab pack, which is 100 loops. It's fantastic. If you guys don't have that, pick that up. But let's get into her new pack, Fancy Loops. I went ahead and loaded it up into the MPC. It is a 11 compositions. It's got the stems. Me personally, when it comes to working with like composition packs, I like to just work with the composition. It's very rare that I'll go into the stems. Maybe sometimes there'll be something that I'll just be like, yo, I just want that piece. Typically, I can find something great just with the composition. So let's roll through some of them. And that was that was pretty much the exact reaction I had when I heard that one. Asha's take on doing compositions and loop making is really unique from a lot what I've heard coming out. I don't know if it has to do with, if it's probably a combination of, life experiences, taste, and just, we don't have a lot of female loop makers out in the space, and they have, their own spin on everything, and it's refreshing to be able to experience it and also have first crack at all of the packs. So this is what I went ahead and did with it, right? So I chose, just because the loop was so solid, I'm not gonna mess it up. I just went ahead and dropped that onto an audio track. I like the tempo, I like the BPM, I like the key, so I just put that on an audio track and looped it up. If you notice, there's a significant amount of low end. All I did was use the Air Kill EQ on that. The Air plugin in here, the Kill EQ, it is fantastic for isolating frequencies. The drum pattern is pretty straightforward. I wanted to go for something with a more aggressive groove, so I've got the rolls and the kicks. Wanted to bring up the energy, so I went ahead and used this rim shot to act as like a pickup, right? So it's just a basic trap kit, right? And all of these sounds come from the Industry Slap kit. Industry Slap off of CMP kits. I guarantee you, like, if you're trying to make beats that remind you of the stuff that everybody's listening to on current playlists, radio, and TV, it's in Industry Slap. Working with MPC, I don't know if I'm just lazy or what it is, but I don't like to make a program for the hi-hats so I could pitch them up and down. So the workaround that I have is, and I've included this inside the Industry Slap kit, is what I do is I'll take a high hi-hat, and then on another pad I'll have like a lower one. That's without pitching it down, right? So when I'm writing, my different rolls, I like to have, before a roll comes in, right? So before it goes, I like to drop So that way you kind of get that feeling that something's about to happen. Now, the good thing about all of our kits at cmpkits.com is they all come key and tempo labeled, right? When I went into adding the 808, this was I just made a key group and then used the weekend work 808 from the industry slap kit. What I wound up noticing was this sample is in B flat Lydian. Correct key labels, not just major and minor, right? So when I pulled up Pad Perform and I went to play the 808, I noticed something. That B flat is really, really low for an 808, and I didn't want it to, kind of muffle out the beat, right? So what I did was, instead of using the root note, I used the fifth, right? I used F. And then when I go to do the turnaround of this bass line, I drop down to the root note just to give it the reference. So the bass line goes something like this. Let's hear it in context. That's a quick trick. Like if you have a sample where like it's composed lower than you would typically want to use an 808. Like you guys know the 808s don't sound good below a certain note. There's like a certain register which you want to use them at. So if you have a sample that is that low, then you can take and say, all right, you know what, maybe I'll try using the fifth, and then I'll just at some point in that pattern I'll just reference the root note. That way it makes sense to our ears. It's a completely viable option, and it works really well. So you guys got a preview of ASHA KOLE's fancy loops. You guys got a little bit of sauce mixed up in there. I appreciate you guys tapping in. Please go and check out ASHA KOLE's pack. Check out her other packs on the site. You want to go to cmpkids.com, click the creators tab, ASHA KOLE, Shane, Tick, Pupilless Society, Bluff God, and Money Mikes. Can't forget Money Mikes. Eurostep. You guys keep it simple, but don't be basic, and we'll see you on the next one.